Um, a few years ago I had hip surgery, so now I have two really ugly scars on both of my legs. For the longest time it was something that I used to cry about and cover up, and it made me just feel so ugly. For the longest time I wouldn't even wear a bikini or anything that would show my scars. Now I'm starting to get over that, but I'm still really sensitive about it. To the point that I rather, have the problems that I was having with walking and than to have these scars. Like I'd rather be in the pain that I was before than to have these scars.
I feel like it's the sort of thing that we all deal with, and for me, it gives me good days and bad days.
I was a lot more shy when I was around 13 or 14, and I just kind of secluded myself.
I guess to me, body image is very relational, and that's sort of the ultimate expression, right? Everyone is sort of being perceived and ultimately I guess appraised by whomever it is I guess they want to be seen as attractive by.
I think stuff about my hair, most black women have stuff about their hair. I'm biracial, so it was doubly difficult, I think, to figure out what to do with this half white, half black hair.
It's I'm short, I'm 5'7", right? Not really tall for a guy, and people like tall guys, I don't know.
I wish I was taller, just by maybe 2 inches, because I'm 5'3", so maybe 5'5" would elongate my body a little bit.
Being 22, I'm only 5 feet tall, so sometimes I feel that I'm in the body of an adolescent. I often get mistaken for an adolescent.
My nose, right? It's big, and that's an issue for me.
Body image affects me as a young woman because I feel that I'm constantly being compared to the images in the media, and it's really hard for me to feel that I can live up to that.
You'll look younger, smaller, lighter, fuller, tighter, thinner, softer. It really works.
I really hate the pressure put on people by the media, and especially girls by the media, because a lot of things control why you're the way you are.
A long time, and even somewhat now, I've had an eating disorder, and I kind of use my weight as a way to have some sense of control in my life when I felt that things were out of control.
And so when I went back home for winter break, I met with my psychiatrist and started medication, and that was really helpful for me. And through the years since then, I've been on the same medication, but I've tried to go off it a number of times, and every time that's happened, I've definitely felt effects directly related to my body image.
I am not fat. It took me 22 years to purge words onto a page, the same way I purged my body into stomach ulcers, popped eye blood vessels, and missing tooth enamel. 22 years to tell the tale of my bulimic, anorexic, and disordered eating hell, and I've walked barefoot through tiled deserts of bathrooms to find the mirage of my distorted body image staring up at me from the tainted water in the toilet. This is not a poem about struggling through thousands of breakfasts, lunches, and dinner when thousands struggle without breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is a poem about how I am not fat.
Went to see a nutritionist because I'd already tried a bunch of different dieting things, and so I figured I should try a nutritionist, and she told me just to
stop when I was full and start when I was hungry, and that like all of a sudden changed my life in terms of eating.
I started doing yoga, and it wasn't something I was really interested in, especially because I had a low body image. I thought that you had to be flexible and thin and tall to do all those things, and I'm none of those. So, but a friend of mine convinced me to go with her, and just sort of helped me realize like how foreign I really felt in my own body, and I really wanted to see what it was like to know my body better, just in a physical sense.
Is becoming really active and really starting to enjoy sports and running, and I think that's really helped make me feel stronger and really appreciate the things that my body is capable of versus just looking at it for face value.
But generally, I am perfectly happy with who I am, very comfortable, and just hope that people who are coming into Penn, that they'll be able to, love themselves for who they are.
Everyone in my family is big, but like me, we take pride in how we look and how we present ourselves. So it's never an issue. And my parents always told me I was beautiful. Always, of course, they told me they loved me, but they said I was the prettiest girl around. And
I believe that here too is Christianity. So of course, according to 1 Corinthians, your body is your temple, the temple of the Holy Ghost. So I don't do anything to decorate it. It's what has been given to me naturally, and it's what I love by myself. And I'm also really comfortable in it because it's what my parents have given me, and my parents really love me for just the way that I am. So
when I turned 15, I started embracing the fact that I actually had breasts. I started embracing the fact that I had curves, and I was on the volleyball team, so I could show off my long legs. So it was a lot of fun, like trying to figure out where I fit in.
I noticed for the first time I was in a very well lit area, and noticed that I was getting these little tiny wrinkles right in the corners of my eyes, which was sort of a new thing for me, and I think is very tied to being a woman. But it was kind of cool, the reaction I had, I was sort of surprised by, and I got a little bit excited. And I think the reason is that my mother has these laugh lines because I've just always really loved the idea that a lifetime of laughter has become etched on her face. I think that's so cool.
And then here I come. I'm pretty much just fat. Like, the word is, it's okay, you can say it, I say it. It has no power unless you put power behind it.
I like my face. I think my face is kind of cute. I like the fact that I've gone natural with my hair. You can't tell now because I've straightened it, but I like that it's curly and all that good stuff.
I actually participated in the bodybuilding competition, Mr. and Mrs. Penn. So that was just a really fun way to show off my guns. I'm yeah, I have muscles, but I can still be cute too. It works that way.
I don't know. That's how it affects me. Peace.